Hello there! Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, the background looks a bit different because I'm back in China, now in my home in Nanning. And since I'm in China, I'm wearing something that is very Chinese. This is the qipao that I got. Outfit of today. I have been back in Guangxi for over 2 weeks, and today let's chat about what's going on lately. First things first, let me share with you something funny. I cracked my front tooth on Chinese New Year's Eve. During the time I was beating chicken feet. It wasn't painful because it wasn't my real tooth. I have a porcelain veneer for a couple of years. I didn't even realize that I cracked it until the time that I saw the white part that came out with the chicken bumps. So now I'm still waiting to visit the dentist, and I'm having this kind of temporal tooth. Yeah, so that's why I might sound a little bit different because the air is leaking out through my teeth. I guess the veneer was a bit loose, and then I also forgot how hard chicken bones are because once you're in Guangxi, all of the chickens that you have will be the local ones with solid meat and bones. So the entire Chinese New Year, whenever we are gonna take pictures, and I'll be like, and I can't even visit a dentist because no one is at work in China. So that was a funny start for the Chinese New Year. I also learned something. When you can't fix a problem, just live with it and accept the reality. Anyhow, although I came back to China last year, I still noticed some changes this time. First is the environment. So every single day, in the morning and at night, I can hear people singing karaoke in public. In the beginning, I felt it's a bit noisy, but then I gradually get used to it, and I felt like it's not that disturbing either because the city has regulations on the time that you have to be quiet. And then I also thought about, these people, they're living their best life. And it's also showing how lively this area is. Life in Nanning is indeed lively and bustling, and I think it's also because it's like a festive season, so I was able to meet lots of people. I came back to my laojia, or ancestral home, basically where my parents used to grow up and live. So I visited my dad's hometown for 2 days, and then I came to my mom's side of the family for another day, and then I came back to Nanning again to visit other friends and relatives. In general, it was a very busy, festive season with back-to-back meetups. And in comparison, my life in Melbourne is so quiet and simple. It's almost like a parallel life that I have, and everything sounds so far away from me. But then I also feel that staying in Nanning for too long, I also become very lazy and lack of motivation to do anything productive. I'm not sure it's because of the environment shaping me, or it's because I switched to a holiday mood when visiting my hometown. But yeah, it's always complicated in terms of the relationship between the environment and the self. I also found myself living a different lifestyle. I suddenly have nightlife. It's either having dinners with my friends until late night, or I will have dinner at home and then go out later to have like a late night meal or 夜宵 with my friends. This is something that I don't think I often have when I was in Melbourne. I mean, sure, in Australia, if you want to have nightlife, you can go to bars, pubs, and clubs, but then you can barely find any food stores on the side of the street that is running until late. And I think there are some night markets that are super popular here in Nanning. I haven't checked any of them before. I did pass by one on a workday night, and it was packed with people. And I was like, wow, why is it like 9 o'clock in the evening and then so many people still on the street? Overall, I enjoy the liveliness here, and I also don't feel that lonely because I can go out and meet people all the time. But then I also feel that my extrovert battery is running out. I miss the alone time that I work on my own stuff, pondering the meaning of life. I thought about that if I were doing a PhD in Nanning, I probably would not finish it. Anyway, that's basically some thoughts that I have. I do notice some of the similarities comparing to life in here and in Melbourne, which is that people love small talks. There was a time that I was walking in a park with my parents, and then we met a lady who is walking her dogs. Somehow we just start chatting. And then another day that I was walking alone on the street and I met this lady again. I greeted her and we start chatting again. And then she added my WeChat because she wanted to send me some of the pictures of her dogs, which is very interesting. Like, I also have this kind of encounter random people on the street and talk to them. When I was in Melbourne, it's just that people in Melbourne, they wouldn't add your social media, unlike in here. Anyway, I often got asked if there's anything different compared to life in China and elsewhere. I think there are indeed lots of cultural differences, but essentially it's all depending on the kind of like personal decision that you make, what kind of life you want to pursue, and what kind of opportunities that you can grab. Anyway, the sun is going down and it's like a red sun. I will show you in a minute. So that's pretty much everything for today's video. Let me know your thoughts if you are also living in a place that is not your hometown, and if you notice anything interesting once you are back in town. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Welcome to Guangxi if you got a chance. I will see you in the next one. Bye!